last edition of Water Polo World for 2025 is here. In this episode, we talk with Dušan Mandić. We take a look back on the first half of the water polo season and a quick preview of the upcoming European Championships. With the European Championship a month away, it's time to take a look at the flagship European competition and some of the biggest stars that are going to be there. In water polo, it's hard to find someone who has as many individual and team awards as Dušan Mandić, star of Ferencvaros, the Hungarian champions that have won the last 2 Champions Leagues. Dušan Mandić has won 3 Olympic golds, 2 World Championships and 3 European Championships, winning individual MVP awards in every competition. So it was natural that we decided to go to Ferencvaros, where the Serbian national team has started their preparation for the European Championship.
It's been great. I definitely missed the water, I missed the feeling of being in the pool and training and to start competing again. I played 2 matches in Hungarian League and 1 in Champions League, and I feel definitely better, and yes, now I hope I will continue in this way. I had also injuries back in the days, like 7-8 years ago. I had a little bit serious injuries with shoulder and with my low back, but I hope I won't have them anymore. I never imagined at the very beginning of my career, when I was dreaming about playing in the first team, when I was dreaming of playing for the national team, when I was dreaming to go to Pro Reco one day, I never imagined that I would be in position to achieve and win all those medals and goals what you just mentioned. I'm incredibly grateful for this, and I hope you know, I have motivation. I want to achieve much more also. I'm motivated. Of course, all these steps, European in Belgrade, Budapest World Champs, then I think European again in Montenegro, are the very important steps until Los Angeles. What can I say? Well, I'm very grateful, and I had privilege to work with a lot of incredible coaches and to play with a lot of incredible water polo players. From all of them, I took what I thought in the moment was very important, what was good for me to take and to implement in my own or behavior, or some lesson that I learned, or some tactical or technical move that I learned from other older experienced champions. Now, from this point of view, I think that the year before Ferencvaros was a challenge and a temptation that God put me into one very specific area, and to test me, to see my limits, to see how strong I am as a person, to see how strong my mind is to endure all what happened. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I, with the support of my family, and that I continued, that I didn't stop believing in myself, that I pushed it through the hardest moments, and it paid off. And it paid off in really quickly. So usually, for a lot of injustice that happens through people in lives, people need to wait a lot of years. People need to wait, to be patient. I am very grateful that in my case, let's say the justice or the karma was really quick and really strong, and I feel very good about it. When I came to Ferencvaros, I knew I was coming in a good club, but I didn't know how good that club is, how well organized it is, and also the coach Balažnjeki did and is doing still an amazing job. From the president, from the manager, from the PR, from everyone who is working in the club, it's really on a highest possible level. And I think this whole Fradi community is very strong. And when you put all the quality that you have, the players, because we have really strong team individually when you put all water polo players, but also with the staff, with the club behind it, and the vision that is there. I couldn't be more happier when I realized this. Like, oh, I didn't just come to a good water polo club. I came in an amazing company. Let's say I feel like this. Like, I feel like a professional athlete, but also as employer in some great company. Really, it works like this, and for sure, this is one very big reason, if not the most important one, why this club is where it is at the moment. The memories from 2016 are coming more and often, and I remember very well how it was, how spectacular it was, and how many people came, and how was the atmosphere, and I would love to experience it again, definitely. Right now we are here in Ferencvaros on preparations. It's it's 1 month I think exactly today is 1 month until the first game of the European. It's still far and at the same time short from the perspective of preparations, because we have a lot of preparations now here, then we go to Slovenia, then we go to Greece, then we go to Trebinje, and then at the very end we are close to the start of European. I think there are 8 teams that can beat each other, and the 8 teams who can normally say for themselves what you just said, that this could be my European dream. Of course, we will try to be our European dream once again, but it's going to be very hard. The group is very tough, and also the group against we are colliding with is also incredibly strong, and it's going to be really hard for any team, I think, to go to the semi-final. Spain, Croatia, and Hungary. Croatia for the past years has been incredible. The second in European in Zagreb, world champ, second in the Olympics. They proved they have an amazing team. They have very strong. They are complete on every position. Spain has been dominating for the past 6-7 years. Every big championship, except the Olympics, although with a medal or winning it. Twice world championships. They are one of the best at the moment. They are doing incredible good job, and their game is, you can recognize them when they play. Hungary, also crazy structured team, incredible water polo players, and they are maybe the most talented of all of these that I mentioned, and there is where they are very dangerous. If they start playing good, you cannot stop them, basically. So this is the 3, let's say, among us.
We kick off our look back into this season with the Water Polo Champions League. It has shown in these 5 rounds that this time predicting anything would be extremely difficult. Already in the second round came one of the surprises of the season. Marseille came to one of the most difficult pools in the Champions League and came away with the win against Barceloneta. When it mattered most, 70 seconds before the end of the match, Vernu scored for 11-12, a Marseille victory against Barceloneta. In the same round, another great showdown was seen in Zagreb, where Mladost was victorious against Radnički. 1 minute and 38 seconds before the end, it was 15-15. In the end, with the last goal scored by Bukic, it finished 17-15 for Mladost. Also worth mentioning is Hanover beating Sabadell with a great comeback. The Germans scored 4 goals in the final minutes. 2 weeks later, another great game came from Belgrade. The Montenegrin champions Jadran took 3 points in the battle for the second place in Group B. Jadran's 3 goals in a row in 3 minutes of the last quarter gave them the lead, but Novi Beograd didn't manage to catch. It finished 11-12. By round 4, the action was getting hectic. Mladost won against Olympiakos 14-13, with some arbitral decisions maddening the Greek side. With this win, Mladost was back in the race for the quarter-final. After the great comeback against Sabadell in round 2, Hanover created another miracle with the win against Marseille. The Germans entered the race for qualification to the quarter-final group. It's worth mentioning that the first match between Marseille and Hanover finished with 29, a win for Marseille. After 4 rounds, there were only 2 undefeated teams in the Champions League. Title defenders Ferencvaros and Italian champions Pro Recco. Both on top of their groups, both without any problems in the first 4 matches. That changed for one of them in round 5. Ferencvaros hosted Brescia in the Komjadi pool, with both teams already qualified to the next stage after Primorac won against Oradea in Kotor. The Italians played well, especially in defence. It finished 12-12, and after penalties where only Mandic scored for Ferencvaros, 2 points went to Brescia, who will most probably remain second in this group. Ferencvaros plays against Primorac in the last round. In the same round, we saw one of the best, if not the best, comeback in this season. Marseille led Barceloneta 11-8 in the 4th period. Barceloneta responded with 4 goals in 2.5 minutes to lead for the first time in the match. It finished 11-12 after this Burian goal 2 minutes before the end. In the same group, Hanover beat Sabadell again to stay in the race. If 3 goals in the last quarter is not enough, check this out. Mladost came to Radnički to secure the qualification to the quarter-final. The Croats started with 4-0 in the first quarter. They were leading 7-3 at half-time, but Radnički came back with a 6-0 run in the last 10 minutes to secure 14-11, a win that gives them the advantage against Mladost. After the 5th round, we know 4 teams that are already in the quarter-final stage. Pro Recco, Ferencvaros, Brescia and Barceloneta. 5 teams have lost the chance to qualify. Varšavas, that remains the only club without a victory. Jadran Split, Primorac, Oradea and Sabadell. In Group A, it's a 3-way battle between Olympiakos, Radnički and Mladost. Olympiakos and Radnički meet in the last round. Mladost is at home against Varšavas. Radnički needs to win in regular time to qualify. Olympiakos is in unless they lose by 8 goals or more, which is highly unlikely. The situation in Group B is much easier to explain. Pro Recco is the only undefeated club in the Champions League with 15 points. In second place, it will be decided in a direct showdown between Jadran Herceg-Novi and Novi Beograd. Who wins goes through. Group C is the only one with 2 clubs already through. Ferencvaros and Brescia proved their quality against Primorac and Oradea. The last group gave us most excitement this season. Barceloneta is first and everybody expected that. But how they finished first is another story, losing at home to Marseille and winning in France with the turnaround in the last quarter. Nobody expected Hanover second with 9 points after 5 rounds. 2 wins against Sabadell and 1 against Marseille gives them hope. All they need is a little help from Sabadell. If they beat Marseille, the Germans are into the quarter-final. What a story that would be. The Champions League resumes in February, with all the matches played at the same time on February the 11th. The women are one round behind the men. They will also continue their competition after the European Championship finishes in Funchal. After 4 rounds, this is the situation. In Group A, Olympiacos is leading the group with 12 points. After their win against Alimos in round 4, the Greek champions are almost certain to qualify. Ferencvaros beat EWPC in round 4 and both are on 6 points with 2 rounds to go. Mataro is unbeaten in Group B and leading the group with 12 points. Sabadell is close to securing the next stage after they won against Horizonte in round 4. A huge win in Athens against Vuliameni gave Ferencvaros first place in Group C. With 2 games at home in the last 2 rounds, it is highly unlikely that the Frari will not pass from this group. Vuliameni and Rapallo will fight for second place. In Group D, San Andreu and SIS Roma are through to the quarter-finals. The Spaniards secured the win against Eger in the last quarter with a 6-0 run, and SIS battled against Dusan in the Netherlands. Last season's Euro Cup winners did not stop Roma. It finished 13-15, which ended the Dutch hopes of entering the quarter-finals. 2 more rounds will be played in the group stage, all of which are next year. As in the Men's Champions League, the Euro Cup has also seen 5 rounds being played in the first part of the season. After the last round, it is much clearer who is going to continue into the next stage and where the fiercest battle will be seen in February. Jug and Terrassa are through in Group A. The winners from 2024 have dominated in this group with 5 wins. Terrassa has secured the second place with an away win in Šibenik against Solaris. In Group B, it's Barceloneta and Szolnok that are in the first 2 places. They play against each other in the last round in February to decide who wins the group. A Greek showdown in the last round will decide what happens in Group C. Vuliameni is first with 11 points and plays against Panathinaikos, who has 9 on 3rd place. The losing team in this match is almost certainly out because BVSC, second in the group with 10 points, is favourite against Podgorica at home. In Group D, Shabats won against Savona in round 5 and 2 teams are through, both with 12 points. The Women's Euro Cup competition has seen 3 rounds so far. Ethnikos, BVSC, Padova and Trieste are all leading their groups with 6 points. The Euro Cup has 2 more rounds in February, when it will be clearer who is going to the next stage. In the Conference Cup, the competition has reached the second qualification round. After the draw that was held last month, these are the groups that will give us the clubs that will progress to the quarter-finals. 18 clubs in the men's competition are divided into 2 groups of 4 and 2 groups of 5, and on the 22nd of February, 8 clubs going through will be known. The female competition consists of 13 clubs divided into 3 groups of 3 and 1 group of 4. Their tournaments start a week after the men, from the 27th of February to the 1st of March. The draw for the 4th European Cup has also been conducted. In March, 4 groups played in Lithuania, Turkey and Slovenia will decide the fate of 12 clubs fighting to be in the Final 8 tournament. That will be played in the middle of March.
Challenger Cup Women Qualification Round 2.
The female second qualification round will be played in Malta and Turkey at the beginning of March. 11 clubs are fighting for a spot in the Challenger Cup Final 4 to be played from the 21st of March.